So this is problem 34 and this has nothing to do with 34 here. Students are very literal and they'll see numbers up there and they go, where'd you get that number? A storage tank at STP, whose volume we don't necessarily know, right, contains 18.5 kilograms of nitrogen, right? What is the volume of the tank, right? And then it says the temperature of, what is the temperature if the gas is compressed to precisely half the volume? So we have half the volume, right? And it's at a gauge pressure of 1 atmosphere, right? Right? So a storage tank at STP, so what is standard temperature and pressure?
Freezing, 1 atmosphere.
Freezing in 1 atmosphere, right? So for us, that means that the temperature is 273.15 kelvins and that the pressure is 1.013 times 10 to the 5th pascals, right? And we want to know the volume of it, right? Okay, so it seems to me that we need to turn this into N because that's the only other thing we need to know, right? So 18.5 kilograms is 18,500 grams, right? And then nitrogen is diatomic, right? And its mass is approximately, I'm just going to guess, 14.007, is that right?
Yeah.
So we're going to divide by twice 14.007. Does the 2 here count for sig figs? We only have 1 sig fig? No, it's exactly 2. It's an exact number, so it doesn't count for that, right? So 18,500 divided by 2 divided by 14.007. And I'm getting that that's 660.38 moles. Because you figured out from the first problem, right? A mole is just 22.4 liters, right? It's small. A mole is this big. It is. A mole of gas at standard temperature and pressure, 22.4 liters is about that big. So this is 1 liter. 22.4 of those is, there we have it, right? Okay. So that's our N, and now I think we're ready. We can say PV is nRT. So V is nRT over P, right? So it's 660.38 times 8.31. This is, what is this, moles? Right? This is 8.31, is that what it is? Joules per Kelvin. Right? The temperature is 273.15, and our pressure is 1.013 10 to the 5th. And this is newtons per square meter. This is kelvins. What should the volume be in? What are the units of volume? Should be meters cubed, right? So let's look at the units here. I know that a joule is a Newton meter, isn't it? Yeah? And so our units are going to be moles go the way of the bison, right? Because this is moles. Oh, this is a mole in the denominator here, right? Because it's joules per mole K, right? So moles go the way of the bison, kelvins go the way of the dodo bird, newtons cancel. I can't think of anything else, right? And then meters, 1 over meters cubed, 1 over meters cubed times meters is meters to the 3rd, right? So the units work out. But joules is a weird way to write it, right? And then I think if we do this times 8.31 times 273.15, right, divided by 1.013. Is it 14.79 cubic meters? Is that the answer? Is that the answer in the syllabus? Yeah, okay, so we're good there. Then the question says, what is the pressure if an additional kilograms of nitrogen is added? Is that right? Yeah? Yeah, there we go, right? So one way to do this, by the way, is that we now know the volume, right? So we would know the new mass would be, what did they say? How many kilograms? 15, right? So we could say 15 plus 18.5, right? We could add those up and then divide by this and get the different moles, and we could calculate it like that. But can't we just do this with proportions? Can't we? Isn't the pressure going to increase if we add more gas? Yeah, so it's going to increase in direct proportion. So we want to know what the pressure is. It's at 1 atmosphere right now, right? The new pressure is going to be 1 atmosphere, right, times, let's just make a ratio, I guess 18.5 plus 15 over 18.5, right? How do I know that that's the ratio? Because that's going to make it bigger, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we could set up the whole thing, and that's what we're going to do later today is you set up the PV over T equals PV over T, right? But I'm not going to do that because I'm too lazy. Okay, so parentheses 18.5 plus 15 divided by 18.5. It's all direct proportions, right? Do they give the answer in atmospheres? It's 1.81 atmospheres. Do they give it in atmospheres or pascals? What's the answer? What? Is it atmospheres in the syllabus? And is that the answer? Look at us. Yeah. We're done. So if you have an uneasy feeling about how I did this, well, that's what we're going to do today is talk about that. So we're going to talk about your uneasy feelings.